Welcome to Spotlight on Lakewood. I'm Mayor Adam Paul, and today we're out in the community visiting one of our unique new businesses. Today we're taking a look at what farming might look like in the future, although it's happening right here, right now in the city of Lakewood. I'm joined here today by Infinite Harvest CEO Tommy Romano, and we're going to talk a little bit about vertical farming and the operation that's taking place, growing wonderful produce right here in the city of Lakewood. Tommy, thank you for having us out.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, this is an amazing location, amazing things going on. And for some of our viewers, vertical farming might be a new thing. Can you tell us a little bit about it and why you're doing it and the benefits of it?
Well, vertical farming is a fairly new industry within the last 4 or 5 years. We established ourselves here in Lakewood in 2014. We went to full commercial operations 2016, and basically we're taking an indoor space and vertically growing plants. Every level of the volume of the space is used to grow a fresh vegetable year-round.
And so talk to us a little bit about, you've been in business now almost 3 years, 4 years. What have some of the hurdles been?
Some of the hurdles that we've had is it's a new industry, so it's everybody's trying to learn how best to do it most optimally. It's based on hydroponics, which has been around since the 1930s. But since we have a much higher density of plants, a lot of different microclimates, as we fill out the entire volume instead of a level farm, we've had to figure out how the plants interact and how to best optimize them.
So you're able to grow year-round. How many different varieties of vegetables do you grow?
Right now we have about 15 different types of leafy greens, head lettuces and microgreens mainly. We've done basil in the past. We've done baby kale and baby arugula in the past as well. But our main, it's head lettuces and microgreens right now.
And so you go out and you sell to the community or you sell to restaurants. What's the benefit to the restaurants?
The benefit to the restaurants that we're seeing is that it's a year-round available product. It's a consistent, very high quality. We don't use any pesticides or herbicides, and we only deliver local. So for our customer base, we're going through several of the large distributors to all the restaurants, anywhere from Grand Junction to Fort Collins to Colorado Springs. During the ski season, you'll see a lot of our lettuces and microgreens on the plates up at the ski resorts, as well as a lot of the casinos as well.
Yeah, and so our viewers might remember we just recently had a hailstorm.
Correct.
That might have wiped out their gardens. It looks like you were pretty well protected.
Because we grow within the volume of an enclosed space, basically a warehouse, our plants were well protected against any environmental impacts such as that hailstorm. We kept on harvesting that day, we kept on growing, we actually delivered fresh product to our customers that day as well.
And so when you look to the future of farming, and as you're in more urbanized areas or areas that might see little rain or droughts, this is a nice option because you have a much more controlled environment.
That's correct.
And you're able to really maximize the space.
We maximize the space, but we also maximize the resources. So you talk about water deficient locations. We use very, very little water to produce a very high volume number of plants all year long. We recirculate our water, we reuse our water.
Wow.
So that allows us to have a much more efficient production compared to open farming.
So I know that we can find your products in some of our restaurants here locally, and potentially we're going to see you in some grocery stores. But what if our residents want to buy something from you retail?
Retail. As you mentioned, we are getting into the grocery store chains here within Colorado within the next month or two. But for now, any of the residents close by that want to come on down to our location, they can buy produce over the counter from us pretty much any day of the week.
That's fantastic. How many yields cycles do you go through?
In any 1 month, we'll depending on the plant product, whether it's a microgreen or it's a head lettuce, anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks grow time. We'll do anywhere from 13 to 26 cycles within a year. The space that we have here is producing about 26 acres equivalent farmland annually.
Annually. And so how many rows do we go up?
On average, we're about 10 tiers high, up to 18 feet tall. It is densely packed, but we have a fairly decent control over our environment to manage the crop.
How big is this facility?
The footprint of the physical facility itself is 5,400 square feet for just under 1/10 of an acre.
Wow. That is so cool, and it's amazing that you're able to do this right here in the middle of an urbanized area.
Correct.
And folks probably drive by it every day and have no idea what's going on in here.
We're pretty hidden from the outside, but once you come in, you can see the high-tech operation going on here. Our staff is here 7 days a week. We're always harvesting, transplanting, seeding every day of the year here. We're producing close to 15 to 20,000 heads a week right now, and we're looking at expanding above that.
Well, this is fantastic, and you talk about the scientific part. Tell us about your background and how you got into this.
I have not been a farmer for very long. My background's in aerospace engineering. Got my master's degree from CU Boulder in 2002, 2003. I did a master's thesis there on how to sustain a colony on Mars with food. Vertical farming and hydroponics was one of those technologies that I looked at, and I just felt there was a better way, a better use for it here on Earth first before we do something on Mars. So that's kind of where Infinite Harvest started.
Well, that's fantastic. We are always thrilled to come out, highlight our businesses. You're doing something very innovative, very unique.
Thank you.
And the farming future is right here, right now. And we could maybe say one day that the Mars farm started right here in the city.
That is hopefully a good potential that we're looking at.
All right, Tommy. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We look forward to following your progress and as a city supporting you and seeing this operation grow to its true potential.
We definitely appreciate your support. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Spotlight on Lakewood. This is a great opportunity to highlight a very unique and innovative business in the city of Lakewood. Small businesses like these are the lifeblood of a great community, and I hope that one day you'll be able to taste or see this technology used not only throughout our community, but throughout the world and in outer space. Again, thank you, and together we'll do great things.